What's up, everybody? It is Thursday, February 26th. Welcome to the Constant MTG stream. I'm your host, Jared, and I am with a very special co-host today. He was the grand prize winner at the 40th anniversary edition of The Price is Right. Ian, how you doing, Ian?
Ian is good. Ian is good. Ian's phone is right here too. I get to do deck tech tonight, which I'm really excited about. I
I'm so
wanna
excited.
I wanna announce Mr. Freed the upper lip himself, Jared, my co-host with the most. The beard's looking tight, my friend. You did some work
Yeah,
to
it's
it.
tight. Well, I opened some booster packs today and I didn't get a hexing squelcher, and so I proceeded to eat the hair off of my face and the side of my head.
Ah,
So it turned out okay though, I think, you know.
yeah, it looks good. It looks good. You did
Yeah,
like a fade from top to bottom. I
I
like what you did.
did. Yeah, always start at the top and work your way down to the bottom. I've learned that
I
lesson in life.
I will say that you have a very solid shoe game, and your hair is always on point as well. You just always
Well,
got to put together. And you always have
you know
good
what?
hats too.
I,
You
I
have a
did, and
really good hat collection.
I appreciate that. I got a bunch of hats. I got a hat for my birthday from Wizard of Barge. So that was pretty cool. I was happy with that. Um, and little known fact, I know there's a magic stream, but I'm going to mention a very a hero to me, my style icon, Ian. I don't know if we've talked about this, but my style icon is Jeff Bridges, and I've done every hairstyle that Jeff has ever done in one of his movies. You know, The Dude, True Grit, Iron Man, you name it, I've done it. That's my boy, Jeff Bridges.
You
Um,
know, I was wondering because I've seen a picture or two of you with long hair, and now that makes perfect sense why you did that.
I've done it all. I've done it all, baby. Yeah, he was the reason I chose to electively shave my head, was because I saw him in Iron Man and I was like, Obadiah, looking good, looking real good. So there you go. Yeah, Jeff Bridges. Yeah. I talked to him this weekend and he said he might join the stream. He just doesn't know about magic. So we're planting the seed. We're trying to figure out what in the world
We're
we're going to
gonna.
talk to him about. So
He's more of a
that's good.
Lorcana guy. More,
I know, I
I've heard.
know,
I've heard.
I know. It's so weird. It's
It's
so weird.
hard.
He's just
It's
got
hard to convert
he
him.
he's got a Maleficent deck that he's really proud of, and I keep on telling him
Mhm.
like, you don't need that, dude. You don't need that.
Yeah.
Um,
I have a Winnie the Pooh Lorcana deck that sits on my desk at all times. Okay, don't
Oh.
don't talk
Oh.
mess
Hey,
about
Zach.
Lorcana.
I'm not.
Zach's here.
Producer
Yeah,
Zach here.
Zach's here, ready to Lorcania. What are the thoughts on stream of sleeving up a Magic deck with Lorcana sleeves? Do we like this? Do we hate it? What do we think?
um. Well, I will say that I did scare my wife this last week when one of my singles came in a Pokemon sleeve, and I told her I was starting to collect Pokemon. The fear in her eyes was very real, very real. So I think I'm for it. I would do it if I liked a Disney character enough. I would totally do it.
I think you sleeve Rakdos and the Mickey Mouse wizard from Fantasia and just rip souls, you know? Just get in there and
Mono
send
black.
them a message. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. I'm in. I'm in on it.
Maybe I'll show up to game night with some Lorcana sleeves. Who knows? Might be
You
cool.
should. You should. I think we should do that. I think we should um, find a deck that fits the Disney theme. Put some Lorcana sleeves on it, and just show up and run train.
Just to prove my worth. They can very much see it. They can see it. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, we got Christopher Robin, of course. You got all the classics, all the hits. Very meta deck. I've n- I have never played a game of I have never played a Lorcana game in my life, by the way.
But what she didn't realize was she pre-ordered 3 or 4 copies of every pre-constructed deck.
Oh
So
my god.
we have like multiple copies of the same thing, right? So, I forget what they were, but yeah, we have all the precons. So if you're looking for an original first, series Lorcana precon, I can be your guy. I I
Don't do
have
it, Ian. All
I
you
have
gotta
a
do is
few.
wait. Just wait 30 years. That's like an alpha
That's a good point.
precon.
That's a good point.
Okay?
It's a good point.
That's the way. This is the way. Man, we've already gone off track. We ought to just talk about the agenda and get right into it. But I do want to make sure that people know that after tonight, we're switching over to Lorcana exclusively. We're putting the MTGs
Mhm.
away.
Yeah.
We're not slinging mana anymore.
Yep.
We're slinging daffies. Okay, so just buckle up.
I
It's gonna be
know.
great.
Daffy.
Listen,
You
I mean, we Daffy
Da-
is not in Lorcana.
Oh
Daffy's
yeah,
not
that's a.
Disney.
I'm not a Disney
I will
person. I'm
say
not.
I
TM.
do really
So
like the card backs of Lorcana. I think they're really slick.
is that a 9? What are we looking at here? It looks like a 9 and a Phyrexian mana. What do we got
Uh,
there?
it's just swirls of
Yeah, that's
magic, bro.
that's that's
It's it's
definitely
swirls.
Phyrexia.
It's swirls of song. Okay, you
Swirls of
play you play
swirls of
songs.
completion. Uh-huh.
I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna move on. Let's talk about the agenda tonight. By the way, last time on stream we did some fun stuff. I did my first deck tech. Brenner the Ginger Sculptor. Planning on playing him this weekend, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll shoot that game and post it to the channel. So that's really exciting. What else do we talk about? We whined a little bit about Ninja Turtles, but we promised not to
Mm-hmm.
touch on Ninja Turtles, so we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to the mail room. We opened some cool cards, and Zach got to take us to his mail room, which was super sweet. Spoiler
Yeah.
alert: it's that unmade bed in the background over there. Zach, no, it's looking good. It's looking good.
How dare you?
And then. And that was it. So go check out the stream. Always like to plug the last episode. It's always nice to see when people engage with that content. Leave us a message.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks like we got a freeze from
Jared froze. That's okay though.
Jared.
We can
Keep
we
it
can
going,
keep
keep it
we
going.
can keep we can
I
keep pushing through.
Ian will love this. I just got a new water bottle, and I got some stickers for it.
Uh
I got a Rakdos
I don't
sticker.
I don't know that love is the word I would use, but I
Look at
do
you like
appreciate that
this
you
one?
have
Nope. Ask me about my fancy paper collection and my
I
personal
like that.
favorite. I'd tap that.
Am I back on?
Very
We good?
nice. Yeah.
Yes, you're back,
Yeah,
Jared.
Jared's
Okay.
back. I do like
I
that you did get the nope sticker. Although I don't think I've ever well, I should be careful saying this because I know you have your Squidward deck, but I've actually never, I don't think, had you resolve a counter spell against me. Because
That's
I
not
always
true.
end up playing, is it
I
not?
have I have I
No,
have
maybe
I have
back in the day.
I have red elemental blasted you so many times.
Oh yeah, huh.
There it
That's
is.
right.
Best
See, I
counter
don't
spell in
count
the
that.
game.
I don't count that because it would have
It's
to
the
be
one you don't
nope with the
expect.
nope with a mountain instead of
But
nope
yeah,
with
you
the
haven't played
island.
my mono blue deck. I did take my mono blue deck apart
Don't want
just
to.
because I needed the cards into
You needed
other fun things.
you
Fun
needed
fact,
to maintain your friend group.
I don't care about those guys.
forget them. I have never disassembled a single one of my decks. I'm that
Me
guy.
neither. Me
Yeah.
neither.
I can't,
Nope,
I
I
don't have the
lied.
heart for it.
I lie. I took apart Turgrid. But then I turned Turgrid into Shieldred, so I don't know. Was it what was worse? I don't know.
Hunter called out.
I
He has the
I
proof.
traded
Oh, good.
I traded into a turd grid deck, and I treasure it every day.
I hate it so much. Hunter did call out though. I did build in it my mono blue deck specifically to spite him. I organized a mono blue day where everyone but him knowingly built mono blue decks. He had no
That's
idea.
great.
It was
It's
great.
amazing.
I wasn't there, but I heard it was great.
I friggin' love
Hey,
it.
quick shout out to chat. We got Ben, our buddy Ben Kibo in chat as usual. Thanks for the shout out on the Tenacious D shirt. They're my favorite, probably my favorite band, one of my favorite bands of all time. We saw them live about a year ago, and so I got shirts. Kim and I wore matching shirts. Hunter's in the house as per usual. Hey Hunter, thank you for always keeping us on our toes in chat and keeping us honest with our with what we say. Hungry Trolls in there. Who's that? Who's that weirdo?
He doesn't matter.
It's this loser right here.
Yeah.
New hair McGee.
Yep.
All right.
So
Let me finish the agenda so we can at least, pretend like we're collected, cool, calm, and collected. We're gonna do a crack a pack tonight. I found this in my closet. So that was kind of cool. So we can talk about that a little more. We've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Precon discussion. We're just going to be discussing 5 cards that are exclusive to the Precon that each of the 3 of us picked out to talk about. And then we'll get a little message from our sponsors, and we'll go right to the deck tech of the night, which is Ian's god-awful gate deck that I can't stand. And I basically warn the table about this deck every time he plays it.
yeah, you
So
always give it away. That's why I don't like to play with you anymore, because the best part about it is the first time someone experiences it and they don't know what's happening, and you always blow it.
take
I
somebody
I
else
normally
ransom and hostage. No thanks. I'm all
I will say I
set.
normally do
I
the
don't
same thing. But the one time that I didn't was when the gates were being used to make someone else lose the game. Uh, it didn't impact me, so I let it slide then.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. And the extent of my table engagement on the matter is, hey, don't forget about Ian. He tends to sort of come out of nowhere around turn 7 or 8 and win the game with this deck. That's it. That's all I say. That's all it is. It's
I'm
like
just trying
if you
to I'm
don't give
just
them
trying to
fair
tour
warning.
my city, my fair city. I'm just trying
Well,
to
people just
have
sit
a
there and they're like,
walkabout.
Jared, they're like, why are you picking on Ian? And what am I supposed to say? That I'm mean hearted? No, never. Freaking never.
All right. Well, let's
Okay,
jump in. What's up next? We're
let's
doing
jump
crack a
in.
pack.
Yeah, let's do it. So, literally, I bought, and I guess we could show these off on stream at some point, but I bought the Spider-Man figures, the action figures that came with the promo cards,
Mm-hmm.
an LGS near us that we love, had them on sale, and I figured it was a good deal. And I put them into a closet that is overflow of magic nonsense. And right on top of it was this collector booster, and I thought for sure it was a birthday present from last week, but nobody fessed up to it. So I must have bought this at some point, forgot about it. So that's our crack a pack for the night. Disregard these Lorwyn packs. These are just in case I get angry and I need to just, blow off some steam. I just put them here, but it's not the plan to open them. They're just in case, break in case of emergency. But yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, Evelyn Woody in chat says that there is a hexing sculpture right now in the case at Card Traders. So sounds like you may
I
need
mean,
to pop
Zach's
over there
pulled like
tomorrow.
3 of them. I don't.
I
I
have
can
one.
pay for
I
cards.
have a
I know
hexing
that.
sculpture, Jared.
I want to get one fair and square. I want the goblin to come to me. It's like, going to
Yeah,
the Humane Society to pick out a new dog and like picking the one that comes to you. I'm just disappointed that it hasn't come to me yet.
yeah. Like
Wow,
I
these
opened mine in
collector
a
booster
pre-release
packs
pack
are
right
crazy.
next. I opened mine in a pre-release pack right next to Jared, the fair and square way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I opened one on
Oh,
behalf of Real Goose.
it's the pretty
All right.
one too in the case at Card Traders, they're saying. Just
Oh God, how
saying.
much is it?
Sounds like,
Tell me how much it is.
dude, that's got to be what, $30? How much is Hexing Sculpture now?
It's gone
I don't even
down.
know.
It has gone down, but I don't care. That's my best boy.
I'll pull it up while
All
you
right.
open this pack up.
So real quick, just a reminder: the hits, Soulstone, any of the comic book flip side cards, I think are worth a little bit. Anything else we're looking for?
Oh, I'm looking for a foil. Actually, I will take that foil hot dog off your hands, and I'm looking for a foil hot dog card.
You will absolutely not be getting this foil glizzy. This is my glizzy. Okay, it's
Our,
my
oh,
gliz.
okay, okay.
All right, here we go. Amazing Spider-Man. This isn't a rare, is it? It looks like a rare, but it's not, right? It's cool though. Oh
That's
wow!
pretty
Wait a
cool.
minute. Wait a minute. This is okay. This must be the back of the pack. This is a
Yeah,
mythic Peter Parker. I went backwards.
yeah,
I
it's
got the pack
backwards.
backwards. So,
You're so
but is it
cute,
worth
though.
anything? Is it worth anything?
Is it worth anything? Which one is it? Is it the let me see.
It's not Spider-Man. It's not great Spider-Man.
That one
It's not
is,
super cool Spider-Man. It's amazing
yeah,
Spider-Man.
it's the comic book one. That one is $7.36 foil. So
Oh, that's better than my entire
it's not
Dungeons and
nothing.
Dragons gift bundle. So, all right.
Yeah,
All right, we're going
that's
back to the
correct.
top. My apologies, people. Here we go. All right, so we're gonna go quick till we get to that
Show me hot
sweet.
dog cart.
Okay, we're going. We're going.
Show me hot dog
Molten.
cart.
Can y'all see this? Okay, are we good? Ooh, yeah, right there. How about that? Okay. All right, cheering crowd. I actually love this friggin' card. This is
Mm-hmm.
like one of the favorite cards from the set. It's not worth anything, but I really like it. All right, next. The Death of Gwen Stacy,
Okay.
a comic book edition. What is that
It's
worth?
the
$2.
yeah, it's I mean, let's see. Gwen Stacy.
That's a cool
Bu- bu-
70
bu- bu-
cents right there, baby.
Yep, 70 cents. You beat me to it.
Uh, and cheering crowd. What was cheering crowd in foil? Non extended edition, which means it's
Oh,
better. It's the
baby. That's a
original.
hit. That's a hit. 33 whole cents.
Uh,
Nice.
33 cents. Okay. Wow. And all right.
Uh,
Interdimensional web watch. What is that?
Interdimensional web watch. I will pull it up. It looks like we may have lost the camera feed. We still got you, but let me see here. Interdimensional web
Interdimensional web
watch.
watch is it foil, Jared? Sorry.
71 cents if it's foil.
Yeah. And if it's the full art, it's 85 cents. So look out. Look out. Um
We've got Jared
that's an
troubleshooting here real
interesting
quick, but it's all right.
that's
That was
that's
the
an
whole pack.
interesting card.
All right. Are we back? Are we
There we
good?
go. There we go.
Okay. All right. So what
It
I
is the
miss is
full
it
art.
12 cents? Full art?
60.
71.
That one's 60.
60 cents?
Mm-hmm.
This is nonsense, y'all. Ooh, Mind Break Trap. This is a good one. This one's gonna be so good. It's
Mind Break Trap. That's $5.32.
okay. All right. Now we're
Non-foil.
oh no, this is the end. This is the end of it.
You already got Peter Parker.
Yeah.
So what do we get here? Anything? No,
I
not
mean,
really.
I mean,
Mind
you got
Break Trap is
the
cool.
Peter Parker is cool.
No, it's not. Don't lie. It's not
It
that
is
Hey,
cool.
cool.
my
It gives all
Mind
your
Break
legendary
Trap.
spells web slinging right on the back. Web slinging
I
of
don't
bait. You just
know.
pay 3 for any
Yeah,
legendary spell.
yeah. Mind Break Trap is cool though because you can. It's like it's not even a counter. It's like you exile the spells. It's
Uh,
pretty cool.
Jared, you should put Peter Parker in your Jared deck.
Yeah, I guess I could. I certainly could. It's 5 colors. Yeah, that could be a
Because
thing.
you can cast it on just on the backside, and then you get all your legendary spells for Bant. You just have to
Yeah,
return a
although
tapped blocker or a tapped creature.
yeah, that's an interesting one. All right, good thought. Good thought. I'm not angry. Y'all, I survived. I'm fine. These
You
packs
did
are
it.
good. We're chilling. We're
He's
fine.
not
did it.
angry,
Everything's fine.
but I am gonna go drive to card traders and buy that Hexing Squelcher tonight.
You know
As
what?
you
You
should.
don't even do you have my sign in the background, Zach, or did you just decide not to show that? Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Well, it says got squelched, but I thought maybe somebody would be offended by this. So it's a double sign. It says trying to squelch, failing. Okay. So just putting it out there. Putting it out there for everybody.
You'll get one. You'll get one day.
It's gonna happen. I feel it. I
It's bound
believe
to.
it. I believe it. I believe it. I believe
You're
in the
gonna. Are
packs.
you cracking one? Are you gonna crack a Lorwyn pack?
This is nonsense. Stop it.
Just saying.
Shut up.
If you want a sculpture so bad, this is like me chasing for Avatar of Woe back when I was buying packs as like a
Hey, it
It's
wasn't
not a
11-year old.
squelcher.
you just threw a moon shadow away.
I don't care about that. I want a squelcher. It's not
Yeah,
even. What is it worth? $1?
Moon
Get out of
Shadow.
here.
Moon Shadow's like a $20 card.
Moon
It's
Shadow's good.
not.
Yes,
Yeah,
It's
it
it
not.
is.
is.
It's
Yeah,
It's a
not.
20.
Nobody
it's
cares.
15.
Moon Shadow
No,
is so big and standard right now.
Shut up.
yeah, it's really good. It's like 15
I don't
bucks.
care. I don't care. If it doesn't squelch, I'm not interested. Okay. It's a
Oh, I need
sapling.
that. I
Sapling
need
Nursery
that for my.
sucks.
That's nice. Get it out of here.
It's like $2.
I don't want it.
I want to make a Fangorn deck.
Aren't you going to do
True
the Dread
Fills.
Pirate Roberts or whatever?
That one too. I have like 4
Yeah.
decks right now that are just like partially put together, and I'm like slowly trading into what I need because I don't need to buy cards right now.
That doesn't make
Oh,
sense. We always need to buy cards.
I know. You're
We
right.
always got to buy
And
cards.
I'm trying to upgrade or bling out the deck I'm going to showcase tonight. Trying to
Fair
get
enough.
more cards in there.
So I'm
What I
saving. What am
need.
I saving for you? I'm saving the Sapperling Nursery and my shiny Glizzy for Ian. That goes to the Ian pile. Where's that
Yeah,
stupid Glizzy?
it's called the hot dog.
It's a Glizzy, man. Get with it. There you
Okay,
go, Ian. I hope you're happy.
thanks.
I'm not.
I'm
Okay.
happy. Thank you.
Ridiculous. All right. Well, let's move on.
All right. What's up next? Are we doing
It's turtle time. It's
it's
turtles
turtle
Oh,
all the
time.
it's
way
turtle
down.
time, baby. All
It's
right.
turtle time.
So, yeah,
Take
go
us
ahead
to
and
Turtleville,
cycle us.
Zach.
We're here.
All right.
So we're gonna go ahead and talk about some cards from the TMNT Precon. Turtle Time is the name of it, right? I don't know.
Turtle time.
Yep.
Pretty good in terms of a Precon. Like, we got some awesome reprints in the mana base. We got some new
Mhm.
cards coming. We each picked. Jared said 5. Ian said 5 to 7, so I went with 7.
There you go.
So who we want to go first?
Hold
I'd
on. I'm
say
texting. I'm typing to Hunter because he's getting in my face in the chat.
I would say the person with the least hexing
Least
sculptures
amount of
should go
hexing sculptures?
first.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Mhm.
This is awful. Okay. All right. Pull up my first card there, Zach. I don't remember what it was.
All right. So here's your list up here. First card you wanted to talk about here was Big Mother Mouser. Big Mother Mouser is an artifact creature robot for 4 generic mana. It enters with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. And whenever this creature attacks, double the number of +1/+1 counters on it. When it dies, create a number of 1/1 colorless robot artifact creature tokens equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on this creature. How do we think? What do we
Jared,
think about this?
tell us about this card.
Why'd you pick it?
Uh-oh. I think Jared's muted.
I think his phone might have lost connection there.
Yeah. Let's
I was
jump
thinking
over.
Jared
Let's
I'm having some audio difficulties. Can y'all hear me?
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, we can now. I think Jared's muted. We can now. If you want, Zach, pop over to mine. We'll do mine first while
sure thing.
Jared troubleshoots his shoots his shot. Let me know when you got it up, because I have it
I
here.
got you pulled up here.
Yep. So we'll start with my first one, which is a reprint. Let's call it what it is. But I just love this artwork for Acidic Slime. That's it. I just love it. I love Acidic Slime.
Is that supposed to be the Mutagen Man?
It is Marauding Mutagen. Is the creature that's
is it the Mutagen Man? Because there's a card named Mutagen Man, right?
there is. I don't know that it's supposed to be him specifically, but it does look like him, so that's very possible. I just love Acidic Slime. That's it. It was a card that was kind of, at the time when I started playing Commander, there weren't a lot of options similar to it in green, so it was just good in a green removal package, and pretty unique. So yeah, and then the artwork's just super cool. So
it is a great card.
Death Touch 2/2's not nothing. The next one is definitely not a turtle, and I just think this card is hilarious in name, first of all. But it's I might put it in my gate deck. I'm not gonna lie. It's a colorless creature, mutant ninja turtle, comes in for 3. It's a 3/2, which again is like not nothing. And when it dies, you look at the top 6 cards of your library. You can reveal a land, any land, or a legendary turtle card from among them and put it into your hand. I think that's pretty cool. It's a cool effect. Yeah. If you got something to sack outlet it with, or you could just chump block, maybe trade with somebody's creature if they have 3 toughness or less. Like I said, it's not nothing, and it does something kind of cool.
There are now 50 legendary turtles. So you do have some build. It is colorless, so it goes into any turtle deck.
Yeah, that's what I thought was cool about it too. It's funny because it's a turtle in a trench coat, so that's pretty funny. We are going to move to the next one, which is Krang the All-Powerful. I fucking love this card. It's so good. So Krang is a 5-drop, 4 and a blue, legendary artifact creature, an Ultram robot. And let's read the second ability first, which is he's a 3/3. Whenever a player draws their second card each turn, put a 1/1 counter on Krang. Okay, that's cool. Like, he'll get bigger. That's great. And people draw 2 or more cards all the time. But the first ability is really good. So
very good.
If a player drawing a card causes the triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. This is 1000% going into my Watcher in the Water deck, and everyone hates to.
This is the worst news. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes. Yeah, we can.
Well, you can hear me.
The worst moment.
Groan is the worst.
I mean, listen. There's so many cards that this would go.
This is so
go
good.
great with.
This is great with
Consecrated Sphinx.
This is great with
Chasm Psychic
Spolker.
Possession.
This is not a blue card, but great with Smothering Tithe.
Yep. Yeah, so it's really good, and it's the only card that does that double trigger in that way. So it's I expect that this card is actually going to be one of those cards that just kind of like rides high with Price
Great
for a
with
long
Orcish
time.
Bowmasters.
It is good with Orcish Bowmasters.
And Notion Thief.
And Notion Thief. That's correct.
I'm putting it in Neki, guys.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
It goes really well with any of those draw hate cards. It's really good. It's really, really good.
It's really good.
This is like an absolute, like, should not stay on the board any longer than it has to kind of card. And I can imagine that he can get pretty big too, and be a threat in some games.
Yep.
Yeah. So I would say if you don't buy the Precon, I'm honestly going to buy the Precon just for this one card. Like, I'm not even kidding. And obviously I'll get the acidic slime and definitely not a turtle, and the two next commander deck cards that we're going to talk about. But this card, I would buy the Precon just for it alone.
I ordered the Precon. I probably will never play it as a Precon. I'm just gonna tear it apart and
take it apart.
Maybe I'll give it like one play, but I don't know.
Yeah, the Precon has a bunch of stuff that's there's good stuff for a lot of my decks as well. The next card is you and I talked about this, Zach. The card's called Swift Demise. It is it's an incredible removal spell. Board wipe even in a lot of cases.
It can be a board wipe, yeah. You do have to put a little bit more work into it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. But there's like a million cards that can make this kick a ton of ass. So Swift Demise is a 3-drop, 2 and a black. It's an instant, which is awesome. And then Swift Demise says it does 1 damage to target creature. Okay. And then you destroy each creature you don't control that was dealt damage this turn. So, like, on its own, you're killing one thing for 3. That's kind of whatever.
Right.
But in like a ton of black-red decks, there are tons of ways to just do 1 damage across the board to everything. I'm thinking about like Pyrohemia.
Pyrohemia is one. There's a card in this
Pox,
set.
or no, not Pox. Smallpox.
Lita's technique in this set. Does 3 damage to each
Pyrohemia.
creature.
Pestilence. That's it. Pestilence, not Smallpox.
Yep.
Yeah. Pyrohemia. This actually, I've been wanting to build Indoraptor for a long time, and this would be an awesome board wipe for Indoraptor.
What does Indoraptor do?
Indoraptor is it's from the Jurassic Park set, and
it's like $20-something, right? It's pricey.
I've got it up on the screen. It has Bloodthirsty X, so it ends with X +1/+1 counters. X is damage dealt to your opponents. But whenever it's dealt damage, choose an opponent at random. It deals damage equal to its power to that player unless they sacrifice a non-token creature of their choice.
Yeah. So, yeah, you play this with like Pyrohemia and Pestilence and like all the cards that can just ping everything for 1.
Hunter says, "Oh no, we broke and the festivities."
Yeah, and the festivities. Yeah, actually, there's a ton of those cards in
there's
in my Osier Axonil deck. Yeah.
There's I sent it the other day when we were talking about this card. There's an enchantment you can put onto a land that says that the land gets the ability to tap and deal 1 damage to each creature.
Oh, I love it.
Noxious,
it's great with like.
Yeah, it's like is that from Prophecy? That's like an old
Noxious Field. It is from Prophecy.
Prophecy, yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot of silly stuff out there.
66 cents.
Yeah, this is just good. It's good. And it's instant speed too. So think, go to combat, drop this down, it's a one-sided board wipe, dude. Like, it's so good. It's so good.
Amazing. Good pick.
Yeah,
The
I'm
next
pretty
one,
stoked.
you cheated,
I cheated,
but we'll talk
but
about it.
in my defense, I'm stupid and I don't know what's not in the Precon. So,
It's not like there's like
um,
a list of it anywhere or something
well,
like
so
that.
He
the
was
next
vibe
one,
picking.
yo, the next one is so good, and I thought it was awesome that they it's just I think that if you don't own a copy of this card, this might be the perfect version to get because I feel like it's just going to be cheaper because so many people are like not
Hating.
not into this set. But Food Chain, man, Food Chain is so fucking broken.
Yeah.
If you don't know about Food Chain, it's really good. It's an old enchantment from it came out a long time ago. I think it was Mercadian Masks maybe that it came out in.
Yep.
But it's a
First
3-drop,
set, yeah.
two and a green, and it just says pretty straight up at instant speed. You can exile a creature you control. You add X mana of any one color, where X is 1 plus the exile creature's mana value. You can spend that mana only to cast creature spells. I use this in my Animar deck with Squee, and you
Squee the
can
Immortal.
exile Squee
Yep.
infinitely, and you have infinite mana with it and Food Chain.
Yeah, you get
Food
infinite
Chain
red
just
mana.
It's
no,
the
you
best
get
mana to have. Only
no,
Oh, I
bested by
mean,
black.
you can get infinite all mana because you bank one every time. So you bank 3. So you exile them 3 times, you end up banking 3 red mana, and then on your 4th cast, you can get 4 green mana,
oh, I see what you say. So you,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
you
I see what
bank
you.
3 more. You have to explain, you have to
Mhm.
demonstrate the loop to the
Yeah,
table always, but you can bank it, and then you have infinite any color. Um, and that's just one of many very abusable combos with this. I've
you're
also
telling me
used it in a
green
sliver
can do
deck.
busted things? You telling me green can
Yeah,
do busted things? That's
green can do busted
n-
things.
Very
news
But
to me.
occasional.
again, I'm just like, if you don't own a copy of Food Chain, it's not actually as expensive as it used to be. It used to be super duper expensive because
Didn't
it hadn't been reprinted in a long time. But it's still like the cheapest copy right now is like $38, and that's
Mhm.
the original. Um, so like I can't imagine that this is going to be. I don't think it's going to go higher than the original copy for sure. That's usually the case. But
the constant site is being a little weird. It shows that the cheapest printing is 5 cents for a double masters printing.
Click
Uh,
buy.
yeah,
Click buy. Right now.
that's
Click buy. Click
that's
buy.
the
This is great. Get in there.
no, that's like a super special version. So some of those like the pricing is actually not available because or it's a MTG online version,
Mm.
which also doesn't have a price. But yeah, the cheapest right now is $39. So I again, if you don't own a copy of it, I would pick one up. It just goes really well on a bunch of decks as a cool
yeah.
combo piece.
This printing you can only get from the pizza box bundle, where you get 6 of the
Oh.
promo cards, and you get any 2 of the promo cards. So
Yeah.
there's this one, Food Chain, Dark Ritual, Sword of Hearth and Home,
Mhm.
which should have been Sword of
Commander
Feast and
plate.
Famine because they made it like they made it a pizza slicer, so you should have made it Sword of Feast and Famine,
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
in my opinion. And then yeah, the one you just said,
Commander's plate. Yeah.
Commander's Plate. There's a couple other ones I don't remember.
Isn't there a soul ring? Isn't there a soul ring
No,
in
it's not a
there?
no.
Or is the soul ring just the normal one that comes in the set?
I mean, there's a Soul Ring in the Precon,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Yeah.
but no, in the 6
All right.
promo cards, no, there's no Soul Ring there.
Yeah. I still
But
just
yeah,
I don't think any of those cards are gonna sell for as much. And I can be wrong, but people
I
are
tell you
just
what,
hating on this set so much, dude. So
the Avatar reprints are still well under their counterparts, even to
yeah.
this day.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because Avatar, I feel like was an exception to the rule. Like people actually were pretty excited about Avatar, but yeah, these 2020 late 2025, 2026 UB sets are just great places to pick up some bangers on the
Some
cheap if
good,
you could
great
suffer them.
cards. Yeah,
Great cards,
yeah,
amazing
100%,
cards.
100%.
Yep, absolutely.
And then my last one that I picked is gonna go in Wolverine for sure. It's Level Up. And Level Up is an enchantment aura for 1 and a green. When it enters, you put a 1/1 counter on the enchanted creature that you put it on. And then that enchanted creature has, whenever this creature attacks, you double the number of +1/+1 counters on it. Then, if it has power 10 or greater, you draw a card. I almost put the arcade, what is it, high score in there as well, which is like
Mhm.
hardened scales with the if you own the greatest power creature, you also draw a card, which is the akin to my favorite card ever, which is Thickest in the Thicket, um, which is like the funniest fucking card. Just a bunch of like jacked raccoons that are like muscle competing. But that also has the whole like if you control the largest power creature, you draw a card. So kind of a cool effect.
I
Yeah, so those are my picks.
Ian, I
I mean, I
actually one of my picks was a pick for you for
Yeah.
Wolverine, and
Yeah.
it's not the one you mentioned. So how about that? How
Look
about
at
that?
that. Look at that. There's like a few cards from this that I will probably just put in Wolverine because they're just
Got to.
really good for
Got to.
Wolverine.
I mean, I love your Wolverine deck for many different reasons. The damage that it does to me is not one of them.
Yeah.
I think my
Yeah.
record is like 128 damage or something like that. It's yeah, it can get out of hand. And I don't run it I don't run it with anything crazy. I really just try to keep him protected and swing in. That's pretty much it.
Keep them swinging.
Yeah.
Keep them swinging.
All right. Let's go ahead and try Jared again here.
I think I'm going to be safe this time. It was the hexing squelcher energy, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
You got
Um,
squelched, bro. You got squelched.
I got squelched on, man. I got squelched on. People are going to start sending me hexing squelchers in the mail. I don't want them. I want to open it myself. I want to open a pack and I want to get squelched on, knowing that this is a virgining squelch. The first time just coming out of that pack saying, hello, Ward 2 life. Anyway, all right, show my cards. Let's do it.
All right,
Yeah.
so we'll
All right.
we'll start off again. Big Mother Mouser. It enters with 2+1/+1 counters. When it attacks, you double those counters. When it dies, you make a number of colorless robot artifact creatures equal to the number of counters that are on it. Costs 4.
Yeah,
What's up with this
I
card?
like I like these like weird like can we go completely wide and bananas? Like it just reads to me as a card that just demands to be broken. Um, there's just a lot of interesting things that like it just gets my creative juices flowing. Is it an amazing card? Probably not, but it's pretty friggin' good. If you can get one counter on it and it swings in for a 6/6, that's pretty amazing. There's a
Hmm.
card that came in the Squirrel Precon that when it dies, you get squirrels or rats or something equal to its power. And I like that mechanic. I like mini game unlocked, make this thing gigantic, and then explode it and have 1/1 tokens shower all over the place. So
Hmm.
I do like this one a lot. I'm actually considering putting it in my Brenner deck because I could get a
Ooh.
token back of it. And
Mm,
so I could just kind of rinse and repeat it again. So that was my
nice.
first pick. Is it great? No. Is it the greatest? Maybe. It's possible. So
Maybe. Hey, just real quick, I noticed, and we got so into these TMNTs that we didn't shout out Azixas in chat back this week. I know last week we didn't see you, so it's good to see you back in chat this week. Also, Clark did call out Mist Hollow Griffin. I did forget about Mist Hollow Griffin with Food Chain.
Ooh, yep.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yep. Yep. And Hunter is talking smack again, so we're just going to skip that comment.
We're gonna
What's the next? What's the
no,
next
I think we
card
should
there?
lean into that one.
What's the next card?
Next card, we've got Casey Jones, Back
Casey
Alley
Jones.
Brute. This one is really cool. I wanted to put this one on my list, but I thought that someone else was going to pick it, so glad I didn't.
Yeah, what does he do? Read it to us,
So
Zach.
he's a 4/2 for 3 and red. Legendary creature, human berserker. He's got menace. When he attacks, you put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature. And whenever you put one or more +1/+1 counters on a creature you control, Casey Jones deals that much damage to target opponent. It's an all will be one on a stick, right?
I really like this card.
Yeah.
It's especially it does, as a commander, it kind of reminds me of Furion when we realized how interesting that could be. This one just again got the creative juices flowing. I like the idea that you could smash somebody in the face with Casey's secondary ability, but you can't get him on commander damage, but he can get bigger and he does have evasion. So you got this sort of duality of sorts where maybe you're attacking player one for commander damage and he's getting bigger every turn, but then you're smacking in the face this other player and trying to dwindle them down. I just think it's a fun card. I don't know if it's really like the most aggressive card at the mana cost, but it just has me thinking about Brews, mono red Brews. I'm still trying to figure out what my mono red commander is going to be.
Yeah. I do like that it's mono red with 1/1 counters. That is kind of unique.
Weird.
It's a little unique. I also, and this is gonna sound goofy, but hey, this is what I'm into. The pixel art card of this card is awesome. Like
Mm-hmm.
the video game character select card is so cool. I just love the art. I would honestly play it just for that alone. But yeah, it's a cool card. Playing around with +1/+1 counters in red, you're gonna have to probably get kind of creative with that.
Yep.
Because it's there. Like there's things that'll do it, but like it's not as prevalent as green and white.
And it may not be that you need to put a ton of counters on him. It may just be that you find other ways. You double his damage. You double red source damage. You just do weird stuff.
Yeah.
And the counter is
Extra
just like,
combats. Extra
yeah,
combats would be cool
yep,
because
yep.
you could get yeah.
There's cool stuff. You could do. I don't know how many mutagen tokens, token cards there are in red, but that might also supplement. But again, I wouldn't even lean into the counters as much as I would be looking to just maximize maximum power, put Embercleave on them, and do all kinds of dumb stuff.
Yeah.
All right,
Very
what's
cool.
the next one?
Next up, we've got Rat King Verminister.
Of course
He's
you
a
picked this.
1 in a black legendary creature rat avatar. He's got Disappear. At the beginning of your end step, if a permanent left the battlefield under your control this turn, create a 1/1 black rat creature token and put a +1/+1 counter on Rat King. You can also tap, sacrifice 3 rats, return target creature card and all other cards with the same name as that card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything I want to do. I want to sacrifice tokens, get some rats, sack rats, get big things. I'm building a deck right now. I don't want to talk about it until it's a little bit more fully formed, but he's like the perfect little guy to go in that deck and just be weird. This one may go in my Setzer deck. It just smells like Setzer. And so, yeah, this one's exciting. I like the card art a lot, actually, like a lot. I think it's a really cool looking card. It does, I like these Ninja Turtle cards that don't look like Ninja Turtles. Like you could sort of squint and be like, oh, it's a magic card. Yeah, this.
Yeah, it's the second ability does kind of corner you in Commander to really want to play certain cards. Like what? I can't remember the rat that lets you put as many. Is it pack rat? I forget.
There's a few of them. Pack rat and I think relentless rats, right?
Yeah, relentless rats. It'd be fun to play this with Shadowborn Apostle, though. That'd be fun if you could get your graveyard filled up with Shadowborn Apostles, and then just get your 3 rats sacrificed to bring all your Shadowborn Apostles, and then search for a demon of your choice. That could be fun, but
Yep.
that's kind of stretching it. You're losing the rat tribal theme there, but I think it'd
think
be
you're
funny.
just, generally speaking, you're just forgetting that clause exists and just using it to reanimate. Sack 3 rats and reanimate. I think is the general.
Yeah, sure. At a minimum. At a minimum. It would be cool if you could pull more in, though.
The floor is great.
That work. Sorry.
Feeling's fun. Yeah, go ahead.
The 2 rats that work with this are Rat Colony and Relentless Rats. Those are the 2 ones.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Rat Colony.
All right. What's the next one?
Next up is a green card.
This is the Wolverine card.
Didn't go in my list. Super combo. 1 and a green sorcery. Replicate 2 generic mana. So when you cast it, you can copy it for each time you pay its replicate cost. You may choose new targets for the copy. Any number or the copies. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls.
Yep, I picked this one for Ian. This is my love letter to your Wolverine deck. This thing is just like, how about Wolverine bites like 4 creatures in a turn? How about that?
I'm into it, dude. You had me at hello.
Would this be better if it was a fight and not a bite for you, Ian, for that deck?
No. And I say that because I leaned heavily into the fight mechanic with Wolverine, and it ended up he ended up dying. And I actually had to end up relying. I had to keep mana up all the time to regenerate him. Which there's still some fight stuff in there,
but you don't want to rely on it, right?
Yeah. There's some fight stuff in there. I forget Nayreth. It's like the fight matters. So you draw when you fight creature. That's good. There's some stuff in there, but bite stuff is like objectively better for Wolverine.
Typically, bite is better overall. I just wasn't sure because I know he's got some when he's damaged riders and stuff like that. But no, I think this card is awesome.
Damage.
It's just all he has to do is deal damage to your creature. He doesn't have to die.
There you go. Amazing. So this card's a friggin' banger. Goes right into your Wolverine deck. First time you cast it, I want you to scream at the top of your lungs.
Super combo.
Squelch me. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What's the next one?
It would be fun. Sorry, real quick. I like Azixa saying that I agree that there should have been more pixel art cards in Final Fantasy, and not like the really weird pixel art that was a scene from a game that made no sense with the card it was on. But yeah, I think that was a missed opportunity for sure. Also, Azixa is like our local card market whisperer these days. He just swoops in and drops some knowledge on card inventory and then disappears into the night. It's always fun.
Yeah, maybe we need to get Azixa to do a recurring MTG speculate. Like we've been speculating cards, but he's the best guy for it. Although my track record's been okay on some of these.
It's been all right. It's been okay.
Some of them have come from him though. I will say that.
Yeah, some of it's come from him, and also don't ask you to guess the price of cards as they stand today.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
That never goes well.
That doesn't go well at all. It's not good.
All right, let's do the next card. It's the last card on your list, I believe. Yep. This one also very good. It's Continue? ?
Continue.
1 and a white. It's an instant. Choose up to 4 target creature cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn. Return them to the battlefield.
Yeah, I'm an Aristocrats player. white is typically in there sometime. You get like Abzan aristocrats and stuff.
Mhm.
And this just
Orzhov.
feels like a freaking powerhouse for an aristocrats deck. Sack all your crap, play this thing, get them back, just get money, get paid.
I mean, you can
Yeah.
play this in the Mardu Celeste deck from Final Fantasy.
Yes, 100%.
Very,
Yep.
very good in
Yep.
that deck.
Venom
Yep.
potentially too, right? Venom flings stuff at people. Oh, but Venom doesn't have
Venom's
the
not
right color.
white.
Like Venom's
Venom's
Jund,
not
right?
white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Eddie
Although,
Brock
what's the one? Is it Brought Back? Brought Back is kind of the
brought
two.
back and
Yeah, that's like the twofer. So this is 4, and I think is it a 2-drop?
brought back is 2 white
Brought
mana.
Back
So
is
this one
Brought Back is white
kind of
white.
better. Yeah, white.
Yeah, I would.
So continues a little bit better because you don't have to be so reliant on white mana. But that one
Yep.
is just 2 target permanent cards, so it's not limited to creatures.
I like
Yeah.
that too. Is this the
Yeah, Brought
first
Back's good.
instance of a Magic card with a question mark in the name?
I believe
I
so,
think.
and I know that
I mean, D and D
people
could
are
have
mad
it because
about
it
it.
had those like you run into a pair of goblins, like that style card. I could imagine maybe one of them that's like,
Yeah,
peekaboo. It's a gremlin question
I
mark or.
I like it because it reminds me of, it's the arcade cabinet. Like the whole
Yes,
Precon is like you're playing the arcade game from the 90s.
I love it.
So I'm all in on
It's
it.
cool. I know that like for databases, they hate punctuation in Magic cards aside from
They
like commas
do.
and periods.
They do.
I know
Yeah.
Ian. I'm sure Ian knows a lot about that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of punctuation, but I didn't know about punctuation until tonight, and so that
All
was kind of
right. You
cool.
know what? Uh,
Yikes.
keep
Shots
my
fired.
northern ass out of this.
Is
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is
Well,
it Zach is it Zach's turn for his list?
Yeah, it's my turn. We're done with
let's get
this.
in
Let's
there,
get
Zach. It's all
It's
let's
time.
go
Rakdos.
to Zach.
This is time for the squelchiest of lists.
Let's squelch.
All right. Let's see. All right. So my first card I put here is 2 and a blue Irma part-time mutant. This card is going to be huge. Legendary creature, human, mutant, shapeshifter. She's a 1/1. But at the beginning of combat on your turn, Irma becomes a copy of up to 1 other target creature you control, except her name is Irma part-time mutant, and she has this ability. Then put a +1/+1 counter on her. So whether you choose something or not, every combat, she's getting a counter. So even if you don't have any other creatures, she's getting at least a counter. But you also get to, if she's not your commander, you get a second commander. No legend rule because her name is Irma. This is just so good. It's so good.
I love that Wizards is, for a long time when I was a kid, clones felt busted. They felt very, very good. And then they had this moment where they just weren't quite great. We had the same thing with life gain as a mechanic. Like for a long time, life gain just wasn't as meaningful. And they kind of figured it out. And I feel like they've been pushing clones quite a lot the last few years. They're just
Mhm.
sort of edging them up a little bit, and this represents like just a strictly better clone.
Not
And
just
They're
clones
yeah.
in themselves, but like clones that don't, because of how popular Commander is, like so many that circumvent the legend rule, like Go from
Yeah.
the
yep.
Final Fantasy VII Precon. Uh, his name stays as Go, etc.
Sakashima, no,
Sakashima of a
what's the
Thousand Faces, I think.
Sakashima Thousand Faces was
Yep.
like maybe the first one, the most famous, but they've just tacked on um, other benefits, other sort of
Yeah.
upside. It's great.
Yep.
It's great.
This
Yep.
There's
one's
the
one of the
girl
best
with the
ones so
super
far, I feel
long
like.
neck. You know what I'm talking about? The long neck
Oh
clone.
yeah. Yeah, the one
Um,
from I think it's from Final Fantasy.
I don't know. That just makes me think of Attack of the Clones.
Yeah,
mhm.
I know I know the art. I was like, what is this? But yeah, I know what you're talking
But yeah, I think this is my like card that is gonna go supernova
about.
from the
I
precon.
would never have guessed that. That's what's great about this. I would never have guessed that would have been like your top card.
I don't know
But
that
No, it's
it's
a good one.
my top one in terms of preference, but I think it's sick. So
It's a banger. I
uh,
almost picked that one, Zach. So we're flirting with each other now.
yeah,
always. Next up on my list is Shredder Shadow Master. Not, I think, the best Shredder, but this one's super cool. 3 black, legendary creature, human ninja. Whenever Shredder attacks a player, for each other opponent, create a token that's a copy of Shredder tapped and attacking that player, except it isn't legendary. Sacrifice those tokens at end of combat. And whenever Shredder deals combat damage to a player, that player loses half their life rounded up.
Definitely a sundial of the
So,
infinite deck.
well, I mean, legendary myriad
Yeah.
is sick.
Yep.
The lose half your life, and you're in black. So, like, if you're playing Bloodletter Vaklazots, that's GG's if they don't have blockers.
Yep.
Or if you have a way to like give everything basic land walk or just any
yep,
sort of evasion
yep.
is
Cover of night,
crazy.
What
Yep,
about
give
Jin
everything
Sakai?
cover of
fear.
darkness.
Cover of darkness. There we go.
What about Jin Sakai? Ghost of
Jin Sakai.
because he
Yeah, because
gives
that one says creatures can't be blocked when
or give him
attacks.
double strike.
I think it's a
Yep.
specific creature though, because this
Yeah.
one they enter tapped and attacking. So I don't know that it works.
Yep.
You could maybe get one of them through. I
Yeah.
think cover of darkness is probably the best way of doing it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
You just name
That'll do it. Get
humans or
everything.
ninjas.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of a little known card. No one plays it. I have it in a deck, but it's the card Filth. And
Oh,
it's
Filth is good, man.
Filth is great, dude. If it's in your graveyard and you have a swamp, all your creatures have swamp walk.
Oh, yep.
It is
Very slept on. But you can
Valor and Wonder and Anger get all the love and
all the
Brawn,
love.
but Filth never gets
Filth
any love.
but it's
Cheat.
still like it's like $8.
It's great.
$6.99.
Yeah.
From Judgment. Yeah.
Yeah. And they have
Cheech,
not reprinted it. It's like the only one that hasn't been like reprinted much at all. So
I think it was
Why
in
do
the
I feel like
list.
I
That's it.
just saw a reprint of Filth like coming either Wizard of Bard or
nothing
something
I've
coming out.
seen.
There could
there's
be
like a
one in some leaks or something like that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. We know nothing.
It's the one that no one uses.
But Cheech Maximus in our play group uses that
Yep,
in his
Herborg.
Gisa deck. Yeah, you pair with
Mm.
Yep.
Herborg to be Yawgmoth, and
Herborg.
no
You
one
do
did
Herborg.
Herborg. Also, black has a lot of ways to turn things into swamps. Like that is like,
Yeah.
and it's kind of an older black mechanic. Blue does that a lot too, where it turns everything in or turns things into islands. But black's got some sneaky things it could do to turn stuff into
Mhm.
swamps.
Love it.
All right, next up, Game Over.
Game over.
The counterpart to continue. 3 black again. It's a sorcery, but it costs 2 less to cast if a player's life total is less than or or equal to half their starting life total. And it says destroy all creatures. So it's a good board wipe sweeper.
Cool.
It's only 5 mana, but 3 mana if you're like late game or anything like that. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good.
Not much to say on it. It's pretty straightforward.
Good. Yeah.
Good card.
It's good. It's good.
And this one, it doesn't show the Oracle text on Constant, and it's sideways. So I'm gonna look like an
Tip it
idiot while I
sideways,
read
poison
it.
bags. No?
Oh, is this the like double kick one?
This is it's a fuse card. It's double jump, flying kick. 1/2 is double jump, 1 in a blue. Put a flying counter on target creature you control. Until end of turn, it has base power and toughness 5/5. And the
That's pretty
other
good.
side is flying kick, 1 in a red. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. And since it's fused, you may cast one or both halves of this card from your hand. So yeah,
That's
Cool.
fun. I like it. A lot of value there, a lot of option.
and when you do cast a fuse card, it is sideways, but it is always resolved left to right. So double jump would resolve first, and then flying kick resolves
and is
afterwards.
it considered 2 spells or 1 spell for the purposes of like storm, let's say?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think
I
it's.
just want to
I
keep
think it
I
would
want
be
to get
two.
Zach
I
to
think it
keep
would be
talking
two
his head to the left.
spells. I think it would
2
be.
I think
spells, right?
I think it would be 2 spells.
I think it is. I think it is 2 spells. I as I'm watching you guys do this, I'm like instantly taking notes on what to fix in constant right now. I'm like having a panic attack. Oh,
No, you're good.
constant list will not assume liability for craned necks.
I will be billing you. Next up, Shell Shock. This is an X and red, and for each opponent, it's an instant. For each opponent, choose up to 1 target creature that player controls. Shell Shock deals X damage to each of those creatures. You create a mutagen token for each creature dealt damage this way. Mutagen tokens, you pay 1, tap, sack it, put it +1/+1 on target creature. We've talked about that, and only as a sorcery, which bleh,
I like
but
that.
whatever. Yeah, I mean, I think this is pretty cool. You can remove, the most important parts of each of your opponent's boards, and you get some tokens. If you have token
Yep.
That gets
artifact
you
synergy,
that's the
counter
Casey
synergy.
Jones card.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And
Yeah, you
it's
put
mass
this in Casey Jones all
disruption.
day.
Yeah, I like it. I'm in. And especially if you
And
have a
you
brown
do get to
Saunter.
see a turtle skeleton.
I love the art on it. It's so fun.
Good.
There's
It's so
another
fun.
a similar card in the main set that has similar art. So, which since we've been kind of zooming through these, there was I think it was at the Pro Tour. This was from Avatar, cast Black Sun Zenith instead of Day of Black Sun because they have nearly identical art.
Yep.
Uh, I
On
think they
accident?
let them, yeah, because they just put it in the deck thinking it was Day of Black Sun. So I think the judges let it slide because it's an
Well, Black
easy
Sun Zenith
mistake.
isn't legal, right? So why would it be in
No,
there?
well,
Yeah.
because they have the exact, yeah. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta work. You gotta think. I don't know why they allow these kinds of things, but whatever.
Reading the card explains the card. Reading the card also lets you know whether or not the card should be in your deck. I mean, that's just the bottom line here, people.
Listen, when you're cramming for a tournament in a hotel room in Zimbabwe, you can only put so many cards in your deck.
When you're cramming Black Sun Zenith, I'd be slamming, you know?
Just
All right. Next
bunch of
up,
nerds.
Flip it.
Mole Module, 5 generic mana. It's an artifact vehicle with menace, and whenever this vehicle deals combat damage to a player, mill 4 cards. You may put a permanent card from among them onto the battlefield. And has a crew cost of 2, and it's a 6/6. I think that's cool. It's a little
Okay.
expensive. So you'll probably get it like mid, maybe late game, but the effect is cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
Love it.
it's cool. It's
Love it,
cool.
love it, love it.
All right. I've got one last card.
Okay.
One more card.
I've got Endless Foot Assault.
That's my kind of card. Let me tell
Hey,
you.
now this is
Yeah.
for when
Here we
when
go.
you're
Just
gaming
for
with
those
your
Dungeon Crawler
best
Carl
friends.
fans out there.
Oh, pay the daddy tax.
Pay
My
that
foot
daddy
tribal
tax,
deck.
baby.
Uh, Endless Foot Assault says it's 2 and a white. It's an enchantment with squad of 1 and a white. So as additional cost to cast it, you may pay 1 and a white any number of times. You make a token copy for each time you pay the squad cost. And it says whenever you attack for each opponent, you make a 1/1 black ninja creature token that's tapped and attacking that player. I really did only add this because it's endless foot assault. That's funny.
It's
EFA,
something.
man.
It is
EFA.
a. It's
Yeah,
also a cool
Hunter.
card.
Hunter. We thought more camp brought out the weirdos.
You know what? They started this with more Cant, but they plan on finishing it with endless foot assault.
They're gonna keep going. They're
They're
gonna
gonna
keep
keep it
going.
going. You know,
Mhm.
Quentin Tarantino, he got a stake in Hasbro recently, and we're just seeing evidence of it everywhere.
Is it? Yeah. Is that? It's
And make
funny,
the
man.
bed. Make the bed.
Funny, funny. Um.
All right,
All right.
that's it for my picks.
That's it for Zach. Zach drops the mic.
Let's go to
Um.
commercial break. Zach's turning red.
Let's go to. We'll go to a word from our sponsors. About our sponsor. And if you haven't been on the stream before, we recently have a sponsor that is helping us out, and our sponsor is a awesome card store called Big Deck Energy Games. Big Deck Energy Games is community focused, committed to fair pricing, and genuinely passionate about the games they carry in their shop. It's the kind of shop where the goal isn't to squeeze every dollar out of their patrons, but a space where people can build, play, learn, trade, and hang out, have a good time. The philosophy stands in sharp contrast to the bigger fat cat retail entities that sometimes forget that local game stores are supposed to be about people first, y'all. So they believe in growing local play groups, creating welcoming environments for new and veteran players alike, keeping prices fair and accessible to all, supporting the culture of tabletop and not just the transaction. They're based out in Cathedral City, California, right in the heart of Coachella Valley. So if you're ever in the area for Coachella, the music festival, check them out. They're also right near Palm Springs if you want to get a golf game in. But let's be real, we're probably just going to be playing Magic. And Joshua Tree National Park. I would love to play a game of Commander in Joshua Tree. That would be so fun. The Joshua Tree is just gorgeous. So definitely check it out if you're in that area. Definitely support the shop as well. They do have an online store with sealed product. Working on getting singles up as well. And although most of us these days are in Austin, it would be well worth visiting their site at www.bigdeckenergygames.com. We're super proud to have them as our first business sponsor. Thank you again to the shop for supporting us. And more excited to be partnering with a store that shares the same philosophy that we do, which is build the community and the rest will follow. So thanks again, Big Deck Energy Games, for sponsoring us. And we'll jump back into the show. So what are
All
we
right.
on now?
Now
Are
we've
we
got
doing
your
deck
deck
tech?
tech, Ian. Your
Deck tech
deplorable
time?
deck tech.
Deck tech
Yeah.
time?
Deck tech time.
Deck tech time. All right. We got some good feedback last week from Jared's Deck Tech Time.
Did we? Did
That
people like it? Did they tell you, Ian?
Well, I didn't hear that anyone liked your. Everyone said your deck was terrible, but that's I'm sorry. Um,
I mean, it is Brennard of after all.
it is Brent.
There.
No, but the feedback was that the categorization that you did was awesome. So I took a hint from that and categorized the deck that I'll be showing tonight as well.
Yeah, my
Um,
grandmother used to say if you earn $5, you should split it up into 3 envelope. One of them's for bills, one of them's for savings, and one of them's for fun. And so I separate all the things into multiple piles for that reason. Sage advice.
that's great advice. I wish I had your grandma
She was the
growing
best.
up.
Yeah,
My
she's great.
grandma just yelled at me for not eating her food. Um, all right, so let's get into it. Tonight is my deck tech time, and I have a fun one. This is probably one of my most fleshed out decks. It's come a long way. It used to be Sultai, now it's Abzan.
Mm.
But I'm going to be demoing for everybody tonight my Necrobloom deck. So, oh yeah, also I wanted to just quickly shout out my wife who got me this cool little dice tray with the Constant List logo and everything. I don't know,
What
burned
a
into
gal.
the leather. It's awesome. You know, it folds out and then you can like roll it up and stuff. But I was just so excited about it. I may or may not have cried. It's no big deal. But yeah, we're not going to use it for this because I don't need to put anything in it. But I wanted to show it off because I'm really excited about it. Okay, so Necrobloom is pretty cool. Necrobloom does a couple things. It is a Abzan in 1, 2/7 legendary plant, and it has landfall. So whenever a land, it has Field of the Dead kinda on it. So whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you create a 0/1 plant token. Um, if you control 7 or more lands with different names, create a 2/2 zombie creature token instead. That's cool. Its second ability, though, is actually what drew me to it, which is land cards in your graveyard have Dredge 2. And for those unfamiliar with Dredge, it's dumb and broken, and people thought it would never be reprinted, but they put it on this card for some reason. So Dredge 2, basically, if you have a card with Dredge in your graveyard, in lieu of drawing a card, you can mill the number of cards for the dredged card number, and then take that card from your graveyard and put it in your hand as your draw for turn. So it lets you fill up your graveyard. It also lets you get back stuff from the graveyard. So this deck, again, it used to be Sultai, it used to be nine. It started as Nine Fingers Keen, and then it evolved into a Glarb deck, and then it evolved into Necrobloom. And the thing I like about Necrobloom is I actually play the commander. Nine Fingers and Glarb, I found a lot of times it putting them out didn't really accelerate me or do anything kind of fun and interactive. So I just didn't play them all the time. But I always want to have Necrobloom out. So it's an awesome card.
Can I just respond to that? Can I respond?
Yeah, yeah.
Response. The thing is too about Necrobloom is most of the time nobody sees it as a threat either. So this guy gets that Necrobloom out on the battlefield, and everybody's just like, "Yeah, whatever. It's a dumb plant with dredge, no big deal." And that is maybe the most sinister part of all of this.
Yeah, I
I
guess.
know better though.
Well, yeah. So I play Necrobloom as a gate deck. And I'll start with my win con. Okay. I'll start with my win con and I'll work backwards. I figured I would go that route. So my win con with this deck is Maze's End. I win by getting 10 gates out. So Maze's End is a land. It enters tapped. You can add a colorless. You can tap it to add a colorless. You can pay 3 and tap it and return it to your hand, to its owner's hand, and then search your library for a gate card, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. After you do that, it has the secondary action of if I control 10 or more gates with different names, you win the game. So, really, the name of this game is the primary way to win with this deck is you get Maze's End out, and then you get to 10 gates and you win. So, that's kind of the shtick. So we'll go through some of the things that get us there, and also some ways that I've won that maybe you wouldn't think of. So we'll first start with how to get our lands. That's a pretty important thing in this deck. You can probably see I have a lot of land tutor in the deck. So we'll start with just like basic tutoring to start, and then we'll get into the more like specific kinds of tutors. So I have my favorite demonic tutor of all time. This is the Judge promo demonic tutor with the little girl with the doll. It's awesome. So we got a demonic tutor. We have, of course, vampiric tutor, and that's the Richard Kane Ferguson art, which I love. Um, we also have Life from the Loam. So we don't index heavily in dredge on this deck, but there are a couple cards that have dredge, or help put some other stuff in the graveyard with dredge. But this is nice because we can get 3 land cards back from our graveyard to our hand, which is definitely relevant. Then we get into gate tutoring specifically. So these are all cards that tutor for gates primarily. And we have District Guide. We have Circuitous Route. So District Guide just searches for 1 gate and it puts it into your hand. Circuitous Route searches for 2 basic lands or gate cards and they go onto the battlefield tapped. You have Open the Gates, which lets you search for a basic or a gate, and it goes into your hand. You have Gate Creeper Vine, which is actually saved my life before because it's a 0/2 with Defender, and you really only care about getting it out so you can search for a gate and put it into your hand. Navigation Orb is cool. It's a 3-drop artifact. You can pay 2, tap, and sack it to search your library for up to 2 basic land cards or gates. They also go onto the battlefield tapped. One goes in the battlefield tapped, the other one goes into your hand. You have Explore the Underdark, which is fun because I get to take the initiative, which has never done anything exciting, but it's still kind of fun. But this lets you search your library for up to 2 basic land cards or gates as well, and then those go into the battlefield tapped. If our favorite card, we're getting out of gates and into just pure land tutoring, Scape Shift. So late game, any cards that aren't gates, you just sack them and you get your gates and you win, essentially. This one is super cool. Disorienting Choice. If you haven't seen this card, it's really cool.
Hold
And
that
it
up to the
actually,
camera. Let's take a look at that one.
yeah, Disorienting Choice is really, really cool. So it's a sorcery for 4, 3 and a green mana. It's from the Duskmourn Commander set, so it is kind of like obscure. But it says for each opponent, choose up to 1 target artifact or enchantment that player controls. For each permanent chosen this way, its controller may exile it. Then, if 1 or more of the chosen permanents are still on the battlefield, you search your library for up to that many land cards. Just lands, can be any land you want, and they go on the battlefield tapped. So the last game I resolved this on, I think everyone on the board let me search, or everybody but 1 person let me search. And the card that I got rid of was it was an enchantment that was kind of mucking stuff up. So it's a really good card. Again, it may not get you any lands, but it could exile some stuff that's troublesome on the board. Just
That's
the
awesome.
same.
Very cool.
Clifftop Lookout. I love this little dude. He's a frog scout from Bloomborough. He has reach. He's a 1/2. When he enters, reveal cards from the top of your library. Just straight up reveal them until you reveal a land card. Put it on the battlefield tapped, and the rest on the bottom of your library. We have Sylvan Scrying. It's pretty straight up. You search your library for a land card, put it in your hand. Any land. And these are all any lands, by the way, and not basics, but just any land you need at that point. Sowing Mycospawn, also pretty cool. I forgot about this one. It's an Eldrazi fungus because, of course, why not? It has Devoid. It has it's a 3 and a green, so it's kind of pricey for a 3/3. It also has Kicker for 1 and a colorless.
Okay.
When you cast this spell, you search your library for a land card and you put it on the battlefield, straight up, untapped. I mean, obviously, if the card says it enters tap, then fine, but it can come in untapped. And then if you cast a spell and it was kicked, you exile target land. So you could get rid of somebody's Field of the Dead,
Majuka.
Wasteland, Bajuka
Yeah.
Bog. We'll talk
Yeah. Yeah.
about
Yeah.
Graveyard Exile here in a second. Um, Next is Knight of the Reliquary, oldie but a goodie. There's not a whole lot of plains or forests in this deck, but if I do have one, I can sacrifice a forest or plains to search for a land card. Also, Homegirl has gotten pretty big in games because she gets +1/+1 for each land in my graveyard, and I've had upwards of like 8 to 10 lands in my graveyard at any given time with this deck. So it works out pretty well.
Love it. Where's the crop rotation? Is that coming?
Getting there. We got about 8 more.
Wow,
Next up
that's awesome.
next up is you could exile someone's Maze's End. Yes, I want to do that. That is something I want to do, Hunter. The next is Template Discovery. It's a classic. Tempting offer for this one is I search my library for a land card and put it on the battlefield, untapped.
Nice.
Each opponent may also search their library for a land card and put it on the battlefield, which is cool. For each opponent that searched their library this way, I search my library for another land card. So this kind of like, this works out pretty well when people don't know what's going on, and they just search for it without thinking. And then I end up pulling out, 4 gates in one turn, potentially, which is awesome. Expedition map, of course, classic. Um, 2 and sacrifice it, and you search for a land card, you put it in your hand. Awesome. I also have White of the Reliquary in here as well. White of the Reliquary is a little different. It has Vigilance, which is weird, but okay. It gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard. Not as relevant, but you can tap and sack a creature, and you search your library for a land card. That is really good in this deck because I'm constantly making plants and zombies with Necrobloom. So I have creature sack fodder for this guy, and I've pulled 2 or 3 lands in a game with him, without really thinking about it.
I've been looking for that card. I mean, I've had a chance to buy it, but I've been looking to trade into it.
It's really good. It's great. I might have an extra one. I'll take a look.
All right. Well,
Um,
I've got your Shining Glizzy and that other card you wanted.
yeah, yeah. I'll trade you a shiny hot dog for it. We have crop rotation. There it is for you in all its glory. I also just was specking out getting a foil crop rotation from Urza's Legacy, and that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Hey,
That's like
wait,
a
wait, wait, wait,
200.
wait. Hold on. Let me tell you this. The most recent of the Magic the Gathering mangas comes with a promo foil crop rotation that's the same art. The book's
Yeah,
$2 and you get it with that copy. Issue 6.
yeah, I know, but I want the original Urza's Legacy one, Jared.
I get
And
it. I get it. I'm just saying.
it's like $300, but maybe one day. I dream. I dream. This one, you sack a land, you get a land. It's awesome. I'll wait for that one. Actually, we'll do that one last. Elvish Reclaimer. I love this art, by the way. This is the Secret Layer art. Elvish Reclaimer, super cool artwork. Love it. This one, it gets +2/+2 as long as there's 3 or more land cards in your graveyard. Pretty much an auto +2/+2 later in the game, mid game. And then you can pay 2 colorless, tap it, sack a land, search for a land, and put it on the battlefield tapped. It's awesome.
Nice.
This guy's gotten me so many lands, so many times. It's a great, great card. This is a new ad from Edge of Eternity's Famished World Sire. This one's freaking. I haven't resolved it yet, but I've seen what it can do. But this is a 0/0 Leviathan, and it costs 3 green and 5, so it's an 8 drop. Yeah, you win basically. It has Devour Land 3. So as this creature enters, you may sacrifice any number of lands. It enters with 3 times that many +1/+1 counters. So it can be very, very big. Just with even 3 lands, it's a 9/9 with Ward 3. When it enters, here's the other important part of this: is when it enters, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is this creature's power. Put any number of land cards from among them onto the battlefield tapped. It can it can be pretty nuts. I still haven't resolved it or even really cast it. But if I do, I know that I'd probably sack everything that wasn't a gate at that point, and probably draw or get what I needed off the top. Be pretty cool.
Love it.
This is a land, but it's really cool. If you don't have this, it's really good. Urza's Cave, kind of a sleeper, but Urza's Cave is great. You can
I
tap for
just swapped that
colorless.
into Rakdos actually.
It's awesome. It's so good. You pay 3, sack it, and you search your library for a land card, and you put it on the battlefield tapped. It's like a little expedition map on a land. And
That's
then
awesome.
this is my other win con. Well, it's a win con basically in and of itself, but reshape the earth. If I play this, I'd win basically. But reshape the earth is 9 drop, so 6 and 3 green for a sorcery that says you search your library for up to 10 land cards, put them on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. So if I can get this out with Maze's End already on the battlefield, I can win with that, which is great. So those are my land tutors.
How many
Let's
was
talk
that? Did
about,
we get a count?
yeah, land tutors. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23 cards
This
that
deck
search
has
for
affected
lands.
me in so many ways. And I just have some jump scares for you, Ian. Boom,
I'm
opposition
so
agent. Boom.
I'm so stoked. It'll be great. That's what I
Boom,
loved
blood
about it
moon.
too. Is
Boom.
it? Yeah,
Jean the
Blood
Moonslayer.
Moon,
Boom, Harbinger of the Seas.
Blood Moon, Harbinger of the Sea, like all those things. What's great about this is people uh play differently because of this deck in our pod over the
I
years, and
Yep.
I
also
Yep.
it's you'll have to see some of the cards I've added to this because I actually haven't. I don't think we've played it in a while together,
no,
Zach,
it's
where
been a
something
minute.
like this has come up.
I
But
I bought opposition agent for that deck.
that makes me happy. That makes me really happy. Let's talk about gates real quick because they are how I win the game. So we'll start with the worst, arguably maybe the worst land of all time, but it's a gate, so it's in here. By the way, for gates, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 gates now that are supported in this color triad.
That's
You
awesome.
get extra support for gates if you're playing in black, and I will show you how. But we have the worst land of all time, Thran Portal. I would literally never play this card if it wasn't a gate. It is awful. It enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer other lands, which is already meh. But then when it enters, you choose a basic land type. Thran Portal is the chosen type in addition to being a gate. And mana abilities of Thran Portal cost an additional 1 life to activate. So it's a basic land that you have to pay a life to get a mana from. It's
Yuck.
it's terrible. Then next we have the kind of traditional Ravnica guild gates. These are just Orzhov, Celestia, Golgari. They each tap for their respective dual colors. They each come into the battlefield tapped, and they're all gates, and they're all very pretty. These are the Ravnica Return to Ravnica versions in
Yeah, I was
foil.
gonna ask
So,
you if you bringed out your gates in that deck. I
oh,
hadn't.
they're all foil.
Nice.
Foil and full art if I can have them. But the dude, the Ravnica, like Dragon's Maze, Return to Rav, the foiling on these sets was so pretty. Especially if they have the actual guild symbol
Mm,
in the text box. The guild symbol is foil on its own. It's so pretty. And they are more expensive because of that. People pick up on that stuff. The next 3 gates are kind of like the guild gates, except they're from Baldur's Gate. These are the Baldur's Gate pick a land, pick a secondary land type gates. So
mm.
Manor Gate is the green version. Um, Black Dragon Gate is the black version, and Citadel Gate is the white version. These, when they enter, you pick um, another color other than the color it taps for, and it also taps for that color. So it's nice for mana fixing.
Nice.
Then we have I call these like the Utila gates. These are gates that tap for colorless. We have Basilisk Gate. This card actually has won me a game before. It taps for a colorless, but then you can pay 2 and tap it, and target creature gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of gates you control. So this actually has saved my life and won me a game one time, which is pretty cool. And then we also have Heapgate. Heapgate taps for a colorless. You can also pay one and tap it to add a mana of any color. That has been relevant, so that's cool. You can also pay one, tap it, tap an untapped gate you control to make a treasure. So I have used that ability, especially if like nothing crazy is going on, or if I have the mana up, I'll just make a treasure before it floats over to my turn. The next is Planar Nexus. This card is cool. Planar Nexus is a land, but it is also every non-basic land type. So it is also a gate. It taps for colorless, and then you can pay one, tap it to add one mana of any color. So we're kind of in like the tapping for any color realm as well here. Gateway Plaza is comes into play tapped. When it enters, you gotta pay one or you sack it. So, whatever. And then you can tap it for one mana of any color. Now, this is where black is helpful for a gate deck because you can play the black gate, which is from Lord of the Rings, and the black gate is a gate. And it when it enters tapped unless you pay 3 life. If you pay 3, it obviously comes in untapped. You can tap it for a black. You can also pay 1 and a black and tap it to choose a player with the most life or tied for most life. Target creature can't be blocked by creatures that player controls this turn. So this has let me swing in with things before. It used to be more applicable for Nine Fingers Keen because I could swing in with her and trigger her ability.
Nice.
But these days, I just use it because the gate taps for black, and from time to time, actually,
There's some, yeah,
is
some
how I
niche there.
this is how I won with Basilisk Gate because I actually assigned it to the player that had the most life. The next one is the Talon Gates of Madara.
This
This is
land just in general is so good.
It's good. It's really cool. It's cool for a number of reasons. When it enters the battlefield, up to one target creature phases out. So you can use it to remove a threat, or potentially protect one of your things, if you so choose to. Um, it becomes more relevant here in a second. You can tap it to add a colorless. You can pay one and tap it to add one mana of any color. But what's really cool about it is you can pay 4 and play it from your hand at instant speed. So you could play it as removal, if someone was getting kind of saucy with a creature, or they were going to pop off or something.
I
I'm
love it.
thinking like, what if like someone's going to go infinite with Perforos and he's the creature, right? Just boop, phase him out, and then next turn, deal with him next turn, right? Um, the next gate is probably the best gate. I I'm gonna argue this big time. Gond Gate. Gond Gate is if I search for a gate every game, I always search for this gate, usually first. Um, and what it says is gates you control enter the battlefield untapped. So one of the big issues with gates is that they come in untapped. So the more untappable, untappy kind of things you can do when lands enter, that's incredibly helpful for a deck like this. And because this is on a land and it's on a gate, it's like every game you basically get your gates coming in untapped, almost guaranteed. It's awesome. And it taps for colorless, which is fine, but it taps for 1 mana of any color that a gate you can control could produce. So as long as you have your 3 colors across 2 gates or 3 gates, whatever, or if you have a gate that taps for any color, you can tap it for any color. So it's awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. Best gate. And then the reason I built a gate deck to begin with is Baldur's Gate. So Baldur's Gate came out as a card. I could not resist its pull, in addition to Nine Fingers Keen. So I built this deck when that came out. I loved a gate deck before this with like Gatebreaker Ram and Gate Colossus and like those kinds of things. And I made a 5-color standard deck back in Guilds of Ravnica or whatever the newer Ravnica block was when all that stuff came out. But Baldur's Gate kind of sealed the deal for me. I'm a longtime Baldur's Gate player. So this card, Legendary Gate, taps for a colorless. You can pay 2 and tap it, and you add X mana of any one color, where X is the number of other gates you control. So it doesn't include itself, but as long as you're, at 3 or more gates, you're netting some mana, which is awesome. So that's my gate package. Next up, we will move into untapping things. So I mentioned that gates, come in untapped. You want to be very sure that you can prevent that as much as possible. So being able to untap stuff is super helpful. And there's also kind of some like ramp-ish. There's one ramp card in here, but this guy is really good. Sage of the Maze. He's an elf wizard. He's a 1/3. He taps for 2 mana of any combination of colors. Awesome. Really good. And he costs 3, by the way. The second ability he has also won me the game, which is
Mm,
until end of turn, target land you control becomes an XX citizen creature with haste in addition to its other types, where X is twice the number of gates you control. Activate
Jeez.
only as a sorcery. And you can tap an untapped gate you control to untap Sage of the Maze. So you can essentially go, if you have 8 gates out, you could turn 4 of them into 16/16s and use 4 of them to untap this guy to, turn them into 16/16s. It's awesome.
Yikes.
Yeah,
Well,
and
you
you
can
can
also use
also
it to double mana, right?
yeah. So you can also, tap him for 2, untap a gate, and tap him again for your 4, and you're effectively gaining 1 every time. It's awesome. He's
Yep.
really good.
That's
He's a really good
that's an
ramper.
amazing card, dude.
Yeah, it's really good. So yeah, that's kind of a almost like a win con in a way.
Quick question, Ian.
Miscategorized that one. Yeah.
Um, I can't remember in the Glarb version of this deck. I guess in the that was the Sultai version. I guess maybe Nine Fingers Keen as well. Did you ever have Omo, Queen of Vesuva in there from the Modern
I
Horizons 3
did.
precon? Okay,
Yep.
I could have sworn you
Omo
did.
was.
I couldn't say that to so reliably. I just had to ask.
Yep. Yep. Omo is in my Sultai version of this deck. I'll be honest, I've never really had her go off too hard. Um, she's a little slow. It's like I've gotten I think 2 or 3 everything tokens out there. And most of the time, actually, there was one game I had to put an everything token on a gate because I didn't have any other lands to put them on. Yeah, but yeah, Omo's in there. She's good. She's cool. Actually, that deck gave me a bunch of great upgrades too. That precon was awesome. Okay. Next up, Seedborn Muse, kind of a no-brainer. It's awesome.
Of course.
It's just great.
Gotta
Just
have it.
great. This also lets me do Maze's End stuff. If I want a Maze's End on somebody else's turn, I've used this to do that. It can just do some, Seedborn Muse is silly. Amulet of Vigor.
Of course.
This card's just incredible. I love Amulet of Vigor, and this artwork it's awesome. It's from the Secret Lair. The charity, I forget what the
Was it
charity is
the
that they
one
do.
Gain a Life or something?
I think it might be, or the Children's Hospital one. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is it's great art.
That's in my treasure deck. It's so good for
It's
things
good. Yeah,
attacked.
and it got a lot of notoriety from Krark Clan Ironworks, the
Yep.
KCI modern deck. And it spiked. I ended up getting it right before it went crazy. And it was still like it had only been printed in World Wake.
I got the
I'm pretty
Ixalan
sure.
box topper version and didn't realize just how expensive it was.
Yeah, it's a great card. It's great. And what's cool about it is it's a trigger, right? So like when it triggers, you can do things in response to that trigger. And that's why KCI was so good, is you could do stuff while the trigger was on the stack. And before it resolved and untapped your thing. So it's a really cool card.
Nice.
Um, Spelunking, this card is freaking awesome. I love Spelunking. Spelunking, when it enters, you draw a card. Then you can put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. If you put a cave this way, you gain 4 life. I'm never putting a cave on. Actually, I have resolved this one time and put that one this card is everything card out and gain 4 life, so that was cool, but that's not the purpose. The main purpose of this is you get a draw, that's cool. But lands you control enter the battlefield untapped, which is great. And then the final one, Edge of Eternities, was like one of my favorite sets because it had so much freaking land support. But Horizon Explorer, this is from the Edge of
So good.
Eternities Precon.
So good.
Lands you control enter untapped. Awesome. It's a 2/4 for 3. Big butts, drive us nuts. This second ability can do some work. Whenever you attack a player, create a lander token. So if you have this out and you have like, some 0/1 plants or some 2/2 zombies, you can send one of them at each of your opponents and you can make 3 landers in a turn. It's
Gross.
pretty cool. It's pretty
Gross.
cool.
Those landers are searching for basics, right?
Yes, they do,
Okay.
which there is a reason you might
good.
want basics in this deck, which
Yep.
I'll show you in a little bit. Next up is extra lands per turn. And we'll start with, we'll actually transition this way. Yeah. We'll start with Gitrog Monster, classic, gotta have him. This is my favorite Gitrog. Actually, my second favorite Gitrog. If anybody has the cool kid drawn Gitrog monster for trade, I'm looking for that one. But yeah, Gitrog, freaking the
Which
best.
one?
It's like the
the it's the
like
one where like the
the
kid drew
cutesy.
it.
Yeah, the cutesy
Yeah.
one.
Oh, no. I have the Bloomborough one, but no.
Yeah.
Blueberry
That
one's cool too.
Yeah, but this one's great.
That one's a
I put
secret layer too, right, Ian? That's a horror movie poster. Get
Yeah, this is
Rog.
the horror movie poster. Actually, this is an Innistrad remastered
Oh, it's the
special edition.
yeah. I think they called them like
But
Showtime or something.
yeah. But it was in the like horror film movie poster style. And in case you're not familiar with Gitrog, I'll read it. It's at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Gitrog unless you sacrifice a land. So that we have to work around. You can play an additional land on each of your turns, and then whenever one or more land cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere, draw a card. And that can pop off hardcore when you start dredging, because you can dredge 2 with a land in your graveyard to pull that land back out, but you mill 2, and the milled card could be a land, which triggers the draw, which then you can dredge again. So you could effectively, I've gone 3 or 4 times through a Gitrog triggers, just dredging. It's pretty gross.
So good. So good.
The next one is Thalia and the Gitrog monster. Gitrog's just he's the land daddy. This card is amazing. I love Thalia and the Gitrog monster just because it has first strike and death touch. The amount of times I haven't been attacked because of this card being out
Yep.
is actually meaningful because people think twice before they're gonna first strike death touch.
And I love
Swing
these
in.
team up cards, by the way. I think they're very cool. Very
Yeah,
flavorful.
yeah, they're awesome. And this is also part of like how I play defensive in this deck is stacksy kind of stuff. So you'll see that when we get into like the protection package. But this has you can play an additional land on your turn, so that's like the Gitrog effect. Oh yeah, also Gitrog himself has Death Touch, which is great. This has Death Touch and First Strike. Thalia is the First Strike half of it. Creatures in non-basic lands your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. Really good. And then whenever Thalia and the Gitrog monster attacks, I can sacrifice a creature or a land and then draw a card. Really good, especially when I'm making sacrifice fodder with Necrobloom.
Amazing.
The next
I don't
one
think I knew
is
those were in there, by the way, Ian. I mean, I
yeah,
presume, but I didn't realize they were in there.
they're in there. I'll be honest, I've never had Thalia and the Gitrog monsters stick around longer than like maybe 2 turns. Most
Mm,
of the time, once people start noticing that all their stuff's entering tapped and that I'm putting 2 lands in play, and they can't really swing at me because I'll kill something of theirs, like kind of no questions asked. They don't really like that, so they'll typically remove her pretty quickly, or
yep.
them pretty quickly. The next one, this I just got. I'm so excited about this. Well, I've
I
had it,
just
but
saw
I
you
got this
flash it
version.
for a half a second.
I
I
got
was
this
like, "Oh,
version.
it's the
Yeah,
beautiful one."
it's the Azusa Lost but Seeking foil, and it's the great Commander
Oh,
Masters
so
version.
good,
It's
so
so
good.
beautiful. And also I love that Necro Bloom is also, that same art style.
I
Um,
love the profile art that they do for
It's
those
so
that
good.
treatment. It's
It's so
so
good.
great. Yeah.
yeah, it's amazing. Azixa, I don't have Mana Bond. I thought about it. I We should talk about that maybe. We'll talk about Mana Bond. But I don't run it. The next, so Azusa, just so everybody knows, you can play 2 additional lands on your turn. It's pretty cool. And this is another card where it's like not threatening enough in a weird way. People just kind of ignore it. So she tends to stick around longer than she probably should. Which, yeah, it's especially later on in the game when I get to this next package, which we'll transition to with this next card. It can get kind of silly. The next one is Ice Till Explorer. This card is just
Another
so
Edge of
good.
Eternity's banger.
So
I
good,
need one of
dude.
those so bad. They're like, are they
And
still $40? Jesus.
they're expensive. I want the
It's
board.
Fusion standard too.
Yeah, I really want a borderless foil. So if anyone on stream has that, wants to trade it, I'm looking for it. But this is a 2/4 for 4. You can play an additional land on your turn. Awesome. You can play lands from your graveyard. Awesome. And whenever a land you control enters, you can mill it, or you mill a card, not can. You mill a card.
Insane. Insane.
Really, really good. Really, really good. It can do some silly stuff. So this transitions us into playing lands from our graveyard, because there's quite a bit of stuff in here that moves cards to the graveyard in one way, shape, or form. So we got to be able to get our lands back in a lot of cases. Um, and we use the graveyard obviously as another hand to play what we need and get our gates. So the first card here is Conduit of Worlds. Play
Yep.
from the graveyard. This one, I highly suggest people don't sleep on the second ability either, because it is really good. You can tap it, choose target non-land permanent card in your graveyard. If you haven't cast a spell this turn, you may cast that card. If you do, you can't cast additional spells this turn, and you can only do this as a sorcery. This is really good, especially if there's something in your graveyard that was put there that you maybe want to have back out. Think like Azusa, right? If you bring Azusa back from the graveyard, you can play 2 lands from your graveyard and it doesn't count for this, right? So there are things that you want to target with this, and it wouldn't hurt you because you really do want to bring cards back, land cards back from your graveyard.
Yep.
Yeah, it does need a Yawgmoth's Will, but I'll give you the cheap poor man's version instead, Azixa, which is funny you brought that up, which is Walk-in Closet and Forgotten Cellar. So Walk-in Closet is a 3-drop enchantment rune. You may play land cards from your graveyard. That's cool. Forgotten Cellar is green Yawgmoth's Will. It's 3 and 2 green. When you unlock this door, you may cast spells from your graveyard this turn. And if a card would be put into your graveyard from anywhere this turn, exile it instead. So it is Yawgmoth's Will on a green 5-drop, but it's really good. I always tend to play it as the walk-in closet side first, but you can play it as Forgotten Cellar first if you wanted to. It's pretty cool. Next is Ramonep Excavator, classic Hour of Destruction. Kind of a first of many to come after it, but the first creature I think that had playing lands from your graveyard on it, which is
I
great.
remember
And it's
when Crucible was the only one of these cards, and now it's
yeah,
like there's so
there's a
many.
lot of them. Yeah, there's a lot of them. And speaking of Crucible, I have probably my favorite card in the deck is my Aether, um, my Crucible Worlds, the special Kaladesh artifact version.
Oh, the
Um, the,
Kaladesh inventions.
the inventions. There we go. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
foiling on this is gorgeous.
Masterpieces, actually.
Masterpiece.
Masterpieces. I'm so sorry.
Wait, I thought Amonkhet was Masterpiece and Kaladesh was Invention. No, you're
I
probably
could be
right.
a complete dumbass. I don't know. I'm just being a nerd.
Yeah, it's great.
What
Yeah,
was
and I
that thing
have
worth?
I don't know, Zach. You can price check it. It's probably like $200.
I
What card is it
sold
again? I'm
like
sorry.
5 Crucibles for
Crucible
$30,
Worlds.
Oh,
basic
Crucible. Yeah.
ones, like years ago.
I collect Crucible World weirdly. It's one of those cards that I just happen to I've ended up just having a lot of them because I I
The
turned into
foil
like
one.
a land graveyard nerd.
It is the inventions. So you were right in the end, and I was a
And I
dumbass,
think
and I'll
Masterpiece
stand
is
by
the
that.
Amonkhet one. Yeah, yeah.
I think you're right. But that one is $155.66.
There we
Oh
go.
yeah, baby.
Oh yeah. All right.
Oh
All right.
yeah.
All right. All right. So now we get into I filled up my yard. Can I get things out of it? Um, Other than just the land graveyard players. What are some other ways we can get lands out? So we'll get through these. We got World Shaper. World Shaper is awesome. It's a Merfolk Shaman 3/3. Whenever it attacks, you mill 3 cards. And when it dies, you return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So you can get tons of stuff with this. It's great. Aftermath analysis or analyst, sorry, same kind of principle. When it enters, you mill 3. It's a 2-drop 1/3, and you can pay for, sack it, and return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Also awesome. I have used this at instant speed to in response to Graveyard Exile, by the
Nice.
way. It's great. Next is Grapple with the Past. This has also saved me. I have saved my Maze's End with this once. It's an instant. You put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. Then you may return a creature or land card, any creature or land card from your graveyard to your hand. So this has saved my Maze's End with a exile card, exile graveyard card. The next one is Balaged Recovery. Awesome. It's so good. Modal dual faced. I rarely play it for the land side, but it's there if I needed it. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. The next one is Blessed Respite. This card is really cool, and it hasn't saved me yet, but I know it will someday. It's a 2-drop instant, and target player shuffles their graveyard into their library, and then prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. So this is a oh shit, let's get our graveyard saved if someone's Bajuka bogging us or something like that. And then similarly to this, I could also fog with it, which is cool. And then similarly, the last one is Endurance. And Endurance is these 2 cards I didn't have in the deck for a really long time until people started catching on to what I was doing and putting more graveyard hate into our pod, which is awesome. This is Flash and Reach, 3/4. When it enters, up to 1 target player puts all the cards from their graveyard on the bottom of their library in a random order, and you can evoke it, which is cool. So that's my oh shit, don't get rid of my graveyard package. This one I just added and I'm excited about it. And we're gonna see if it does anything. It might not, so I might strike it, but it's called Hold the Gates. This is an enchantment you can play for 3, and all your creatures get +0/+1 for each gate you control and have vigilance. I can
Jeez.
imagine this would get kind of silly, and I also want to put Doran, the new Doran, in this deck.
Yep.
because a lot of the creatures in this deck do have offset power and toughness, and this would offset it that much more. So there's possibility that my zombies and plants and all that stuff could actually be threats as opposed to just like chump blocks. Let's get into my removal package. We'll go through this pretty quickly. We have aura shards. That goes off quite a bit with the landfall triggers. We have Terra Sunder. I love Terra Sunder. It's so good. You can exile target artifact or enchantment. If you kick it for 1 and a black, you can exile target non-land permanent instead. It's amazing. We got Assassin's Trophy in there. I have absolutely used this on myself before, and killed one of these things, one of the tokens, to just get a basic. I have Zach's favorite card of all time, Song of the Dryads. It's
Get this out of my sight.
The
I
best.
argue it's one of the best green removal spells out there. It just turns a permanent, any permanent, into a forest. That's it. There's not a whole lot people can
It's
do with
group
that.
hug. It's group hug.
It's
You're
I
giving
I
them
don't.
something.
I don't want to get ramped. I don't want to get ramped.
I
Who doesn't
turned
want to get ramped? Come
I
on.
turned Aragorn into a forest, and Zach literally could not deal with it the whole game. It was it really goes to show that that card can do some damage. Similarly, Kenrith's transformation. It's not nothing. This is a good card. When it comes in, you draw a card off of it, and it turns the creature that you enchant it with into a 3/3 elk. So
So what got me was that, like, you did the Kenrith's transformation first. I was able to get around it by I pathed your swords did, and
yeah.
then you did the Song of the Dryads, and that was
Ooh,
just
Mhm.
baby.
it was I hated
It's
that
tough.
day. I had a bad
You
day that day.
you got you gotta get the enchantment removed, or you have to have a way to sacrifice a land. Like those are the only options you have, and not every deck's gonna have that readily available. Um, the next one is I just love this card, so I put it in here, but it's Dam. Dam it's a 2 black spot removal, so you can destroy a creature and it can't be regenerated. Or you can overload it for 2 and 2 white, and it's a Wrath of God. Destroy all creatures that can't be
Damn.
regenerated. It's great. The next one's Pernicious Deed. This one is, I think it's a sleeper personally. It's a great card. It's an enchantment. And it is kind of like you are kind of holding the table hostage with this card because it's essentially you can do it at instant speed once you play it. It's Golgarian 1, and then you pay X and sacrifice it. You destroy each artifact, creature, and enchantment with mana value X or less. So yeah, you can sacrifice it for 0, get rid of all the tokens on the board. That's possible, but at any point in time, if someone's getting kind of saucy, you can remind them that you can do this at instant speed if you have the mana. Toxic Deluge, I just, that's a no-brainer. Best removal in black. And then I just love Culling Ritual. This card has done work. I have generated so much mana with this card, it's crazy. And that was before I was running Necrobloom. With Necrobloom, this gets even better because all of those tokens are 0 mana value, so I get mana for each one of them. It is great.
One of my favorite cards.
It's really good.
I love it.
Um, and then finally, this is kind of like my protection slash land sack suite. And before we get into that, I'll just show you my basic land suite is 2 snow-covered swamps, a snow-covered forest, and a snow-covered plains. Specifically the Ice Age versions, because they're the best. You might be asking yourself, why are you running those, Ian? That's really weird that you have just 4 snow-covered basic lands, and we'll get to that. So the first card in my Protect Me suite is Null Brooch. I fucking love Null Brooch. It is so good. Um, It is really good in a deck where you want to put stuff in your graveyard anyways. But Null Broach is a 4-drop, and for 2 tap and discard your hand, you can counter a non-creature spell. What's cool about this is you don't need a hand to do this, so you can just pay 2 and tap it and counter a non-creature spell, even if you don't have any cards in hand. It's really good. The next card is, I think everyone should own a copy of this card. I have countered Bolus's Citadel with this card, and it was maybe the best play I've ever had in Magic. It's a card called Illumination. It is a white counter spell from Mirage, and it strictly says counter target artifact or enchantment spell. That spell's caster gains an amount of life equal to the spell's casting cost. So yes, they did get 7 life off of the counter spell, but I did counter a Bolus's Citadel with this, and I will take that to my grave and die
Yeah,
happy.
do it. Do it.
The next is I have Teferi's Protection in here. It has saved me a couple times in other decks. I don't usually end up needing to use it, but it has helped me win games in a pinch. So that's in there. This card is awesome, especially in this deck. Fanatical Devotion. Fanatical Devotion is a 3-drop enchantment from Nemesis that strictly says sacrifice a creature, regenerate a creature. And in this deck, you have potentially a lot of creatures that you can sacrifice. So you can protect things, protect other creatures you have on the board that you don't want to go away by sacrificing your fodder to regenerate them. So I've saved Necrobloom with this, Azusa, um, and I think Ice Till in the past. I
Nice.
also, this is a card I love. I'm a big arcade post nerd, but Dawn Strider is incredible. Dawn Strider is a great way to also get things in your graveyard. It's a 1/1 spell shaper. You pay a forest and tap it, and you discard a card, and you prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. It's awesome. No one ever knows what this is when I play it, but when they figure out what it does, it usually ends up getting removed. Honestly, it doesn't
Pretty
stick
quick.
around too long.
Yep.
But it is really good. And it's a
And
nice
art, of
little fog.
course, our buddy Randy. Randy Post, man.
Yeah, fog
The
in a
one and
pinch.
only. My favorite.
We got we got Zurin Orb. Zurin Orb's incredible. It has saved my life. Um, all right. Why am I running snow-covered lands? You might have asked. I'm running them because I'm running Sunstone, which is a silly, goofy artifact from Ice Age that says you pay 2, you sacrifice a snow-covered land to have all creatures deal no combat damage this turn. So it's another fog that, again, nobody really sees coming. And you also have the ability to recur lands really easily in this deck, so you can
Do
easily
it every turn.
sacrifice. Yeah, you can get your snow covered back next turn.
The art on it
Um,
is amazing too, by the way.
yeah, and
Who,
it's never
who
been
did the art on
reprinted.
that one?
This is Phil Foglio, actually.
Oh, it's Foglio. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Foglio. Yeah, yeah. Phil's awesome. My favorite card of all time, Constant Miss. Namesake of the website we talk about all the time. But Constant Miss is incredible. If you've never played it, play it once and see what it can do for you in your life. It's really, really good. This actually changed the way I played Magic. This card, 100%. It got
Love it.
me comfortable with sacrificing things, losing land, using my graveyard. It changed how I play the game. Squandered Resources is in there. This is just good in a pinch if you absolutely need it. It's also really good when you do get a good recursion engine going with your lands. You can sack a land to add a mana that that land could produce. Um, so it's really good. I have had it backfire though, where um, I couldn't get my lands back. It was fun. I sacrificed everything, and then someone blew up um, my Crucible worlds. It was great. But I just had no lands. Okay. And then Sylvan Safekeeper. This is another sacrifice a land. Target creature you control gains Shroud until end of turn. Awesome. This is also great at protecting things. Um, can't stress it enough. It's a great card. And then we got two other kind of sleepers. This is a fun one, Overgrown Estate. This is a very random. I also just got the foil for this, which I'm really excited about. You sacrifice a land with this, you gain 3 life. So it's like Zuran Orb, but it costs something to put out, and it's but it's cool. It's a cool card. No one really knows what it is, and I like playing
Very
cards like
cool.
that.
Looks good.
And then we have Aura Fracture, which I also just got the foil for as well. This is from Prophecy. It's a common from Prophecy. And it says it's a 3-drop enchantment. And all it does is you sacrifice a land, you destroy an enchantment. It's awesome. And then finally, we'll get through the last little bit and then we're done. I run cycling cards, cycling lands in this deck. And I run cycling cards because I can get into a cycle, pun intended, with them where I'm cycling the card to draw a card, which allows me to dredge it back to my hand to then cycle it. I can continue to cycle over and over again until I run out of mana. But it'll let me get through. I mean, I've gone through like 10 or 12 cards, gotten them into my graveyard in a turn. So I have the Triome, I have Blasted Landscape, Polluted Mire, and Capital City. Indatha is a three cost cycler. These are all 2 colorless cost cyclers. And then we have Tranquil Thicket, which cycles for a green, Secluded Steppe cycles for a white, and Barren Moor cycles for a black. So all really good. They have, when they get in a loop, it's really, really cool. You can also, if you have Seedborn Muse out, you could just every turn just keep cycling, and it gets pretty out of hand. And then the rest of my lands, just to wrap it up, we have Ancient Tomb,
Which
the
one you got?
OG
Nice.
Tempest version. Um, this is a special card for me because it's from a special human in my life. I have a scrub land in there.
Hey, look at that scrubby.
Look at that scrub land. Um, I have Plaza of Harmony. Plaza of Harmony enters the battlefield. If you control 2 or more gates, you gain 3 life. It taps for 1 colorless, and it also can tap for 1 mana of any color a gate could produce. So it is not a gate inherently, but it does synergize well with gates and can get me some life. I have Field of the Dead, which again just builds me up a wall of crap and things to sacrifice. I talked about this on the last stream. Beseju, who shelters all. This wins me games because I can cast things like Reshape the Earth and they can't be countered. So it does get me that last little like kind of haymaker uncounterable effect to win.
Nice.
And then these are dirty, but I have gotten into a loop with them and it's pretty disgusting. But I have Wasteland and Strip Mine. And both of these you can dredge back. So if you
Yep.
get a cycler with this, you can ascend and playing multiple lands per turn. If you have a Zuza out, you could be destroying 3 lands per turn
Gross.
on the board, and it's pretty gross.
So gross.
So that's my Necrobloom deck. Questions,
cool.
comments?
I
Comment
know
is
one
I hate it,
card.
but comment number 2 is I love it.
Yeah,
I love to see this deck, even though like it kicks me, several different ways every single time. But I love how much work Ian has put into it, and I think it like showcases so much of him as a person and a player. I just
Yep.
love, I just love it so much. There's one card that I always think about putting into like decks like these land decks, and I don't ever see it played. Uh, Root Path Purifier.
great.
Uh,
Root
so
Path Purifier is awesome.
yeah, lands you control and land cards in your library are basic. So you can get any land you want if you do like a cultivate or just any basic land ramp. Uh, it's such a cool card.
Yeah. Yeah. I have one of those, and it actually used to be, it was in my Sultai version of this for a minute. The thing I found was I wasn't searching for basics. Like so many of
Yeah,
my land tutors are gate, like I can get any land. But yes, it's a really cool card. It's
I think
very
if you
unique.
go for that
That's the
sort
only
of
card that
like
does that.
if you go into that sort of like budget, lower brackety kind of
Yeah.
arena, I think that's like one of those cards that like you would probably want to put. I mean, it is like
Yeah.
8 something buck card, so it's not like super budget
Yeah.
or anything, but it is a cool effect that is that you just don't see anywhere else really.
Yeah. Yep. That's very true. Very true. I'm gonna have to look Azixa into creeping resistance into Mana Bond. Um, I've almost pulled the trigger on Mana Bond so many times for this deck. Kind of for that exact reason, like just more ways to cheat out lands. I also used to have burgeoning in here, but I took it out because I don't know. It never, when it did go off, it was nice, but it wasn't consistent enough. So I found that the tutoring was usually more helpful. But yeah, I'll look into the creeping resistance into Mana Bomb. That's a cool combo.
Love it.
Cool. All right, y'all.
Well,
Well, thanks for sticking around for Deck Tech.
yeah, before we go, let me just do a quick spiel on constant lists, and then we'll close out, man.
Yeah.
Uh, so, and Ian, thank you again for doing your deck tech. I think we should continue to do these. Like, I almost feel like we could make these separate videos almost or separate streams. There's so many decks to go over from our community, not just us, but the people we play with. So many fun things to do. All right. If you've been around Magic for a while, you probably felt it. Most MTG sites don't really match how the game is actually played. Constant List was built to fix that. It's fast, focused, no clutter, no wrestling with the interface, just tools that respect priority, timing, stack interactions, and the details that separate type play from sloppy sequencing. Constant List is a player built MTG platform for deck builders, collectors, traders, anyone who's learned the game through reps and rules calls, and especially Hexing Squelcher fans. Manage decks, track collections, make smarter pricing decisions, capture those rules moments that make the whole table stop and reread a card all in one place with
Oh no. Did Jared's sponsor get his commercial cut out mid sentence? Oh, Jared, no, you got squelched. You got squelched. That's what it is. That's what it is. The internet is hearing the word and then it's squelching him. Um, yeah. Well, while we're at it, yeah, Azixa, Into the North is good, Dark Depths and Thespian Stage. I did run that in the Sultai version as well. So yeah, this has gone through a lot of different iterations. So I have played around with Dark Depths quite a bit. Um, yeah, so I'll finish up what Jared started. Constant Lists is a website we've been working on for, boy, it'll be a year in May, I think is when we kicked it off. It's come a
Mm-hmm.
really, really long way. There's still tons to do. It's crazy. Like just today, a new user joined and was like, "Hey, I tried doing this thing and it broke the site." We found out that the split face cards are there's no Oracle text. Like there's just tons of work to do. But we're getting a lot of feedback from doing these streams and seeing how it works when we do them, but also from our users using the site. So we invite everybody to get on the site. The link is on the page there. I'll hold up this awesome dice tray that my wife got me that has the website on it as well. We're really excited about it. It was a passion project that stemmed from a really misplaced T-Mobile ad while using a different deck creator site, and it just has led into something that's been really, really cool. We've built a great community. We have tons of people that we would have never have met any other way, other than through this game. So, the website is meant to be free. It's meant to be something that people can use, to enhance their ability to play the game, to collect their cards. So it's really made for the community. We don't plan on charging for it to use the features that are in there. So get in there, check out the site, make an account, give us your feedback. If you believe in it, if you're into what we're doing, join us on Patreon. You can get into our Discord. Um, yeah, Hunter, constant list merch when? Possibly this weekend when you come over for game night. We do have some stuff that we're starting to run off. So there are things coming for that. And especially for those that have been supporting for a long time, we definitely want to make sure that you get some cool stuff for helping us out. So um, yeah, thank you all so much. Jared, I don't know if your audio's back. Yes, Scott Squelch.
I was just talking to
Um,
someone earlier today about how like a year ago when you and I first started talking about this, like in the early days, just thinking we could do it with just pure HTML, and
yeah,
how silly wrong we were.
silly, silly, silly wrong. It's crazy what it's taken to get it to this point. Honestly, like, there have been multiple points in time where I've thought about, like, "Ooh, I'm kind of done, this is like too much, I'll keep it as it is," but somebody comes around and throws out a good idea or supports us on Patreon for a couple bucks, and it just like reignites me. So yeah, we've built something cool, and we're just hoping to keep building our community and getting everybody engaged. So, from me personally to everybody that joined, thanks for hanging out on a Thursday night with us. Jared, if your audio is back, I'll give you the mic. Is your audio back? No, no audio from Jared. He's just the eye candy for the stream. But we appreciate all of you so much. Zach, thank you for being the producer extraordinaire that you are. We couldn't do this stream without you either. And thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining. Have a great rest of your Thursday. Have a great weekend with whatever you're up to. And we'll talk to you all next week, next Thursday, same time, same channel.
All right, see y'all
Bye.
next time. Peace out.